My webcomic is about three little ninjas and a terrible, horrible world that they live in, and they basically go around fighting terrible things and either solve it or make it better. And by better, I mean worse, terribly worse. What a webcomic is basically a comic book that people put up online, and it can be anywhere from a single panel to the entire issue. And usually what people do is they update throughout the week, so you can space out how many pages you have and it lasts a bit. And it's completely free most of the time. And you just basically go in, you find a URL that has a webcomic, and you read the entire thing like you would a book, except it's just on a website. It's very similar to the comics that you would find in a newspaper because they update on some of them update on a daily basis, some on a weekly basis, except you don't really have to pay for it in order to view the comic. You just have to find the domain. The process to making a webcomic is basically the same that you would do for like writing a book or doing a regular comic. It usually starts off with an idea that you rough out, kind of like a rough draft. You usually do a draft of it, which is really rough panelings to see what the layout is going to be. You write what the characters are going to say, and then after that you do the first penciling rough, which I usually do with a non-photo blue lead pencil, which is blue lead. So once you have that rough out, you can start inking it, which you either do with special pencils or you use special pens. And what it is you ink over the non-photo blue, and then you scan it into the computer, or you have somebody color it. And what's special about non-photo blue is it doesn't pick up on the scanner if you use it, and it only picks up the black lines. So then you've got a nice, cleaner looking page. And then from there you add all the tassels and jingles and stuff, usually colors, special effects, sounds, gradients and backgrounds. A lot of people do it differently because some people are getting into like really weird techniques where they won't even do the inking and it looks really, really abstract. I mean, it really depends, but that's the way I usually do it. The thing I'd like to tell people if they want to start making a webcomic is to really just jump in and find a concept that you really like and that you can stick by. Because if you have an idea that you really like and you really feel like you want to work on it, then it becomes easier for you as an artist or as the writer to keep building on that idea. And eventually it turns into a really nice concept, and your concept goes to roughing, then to inking, and then before you know it, you actually have a webcomic. And then from there, you just keep working.